Okay. We are here today in support of Karla Berenice García Ramírez, a Mexican award-winning journalist and whistleblower who is facing deportation in the coming weeks. We are here today to speak out against the unjust deportation that Karla and her family faces, and we want Karla and her family to remain in Canada.
Karla is an award-winning journalist. She worked as a journalist in Mexico at a federal government agency, and while she was working there, she discovered a major corruption scheme. Karla was the whistleblower and courageously went on to try and expose the corruption that she saw there. In attempting to publish the evidence that she amassed about the corruption that she witnessed, resulted in threats against Karla and her family, and ultimately resulted in Karla and her husband fleeing Mexico and arriving in Canada in 2008, where she made a claim for asylum. Karla's refugee case was decided in 2010. And in that case, the decision maker found that someone in Karla's position would be able to get protection in Mexico. And she also found that at that time, Karla hadn't published anything about the corruption that she'd witnessed, nor had there been any threats against her family since she'd been in Canada. Well, the situation for Karla is quite different now than it was at the time for refugee claims. Since that time, Karla has published a book called The Talent of the Charlatans, and she published that book in March of 2011. It's now been published in both Spanish and in English. Karla has done radio appearances about the book. She's done a press conference launching her book. And since that book has been launched, not only has Karla's family members experienced threats in Mexico, but Karla herself has received a threat. The fact that this family, Karla, her husband, her two Canadian-born daughters, have been in Canada for a number of years, have worked in Canada, have volunteered, and of course, Karla has continued her passion in Canada, which is to work without censorship as a writer. I would conclude by saying that Karla is exactly the type of person that our refugee system is supposed to protect. She believes with all her being that it is her duty to expose the corruption, or else it will just continue. She is a whistleblower, and she's done it at great risk to herself and her family. And our refugee system is supposed to protect people like Karla, who simply because they expose government corruption or express a political belief are put at risk. Thank you.
I want to appeal to the Canadian public to please educate yourself about Karla's case, and your support and your appeal to the Canadian authorities is critical to keep Karla and her family safe. It's absolutely necessary that we all stand for her case right now. If Karla is deported, she faces serious threats to her safety as well as her family. This is an absolutely life and death matter for her, and we are completely responsible and have the power to support her and stand for her.
I want to tell you that if I will be forced to back to Mexico, my life and my family's life are at risk. We can be killed, harassed, and even go to jail for moral damage. Why? Because I had the bad luck to discover corruption in the most important cultural institution within the federal government that controls 49 cultural institutions and hundreds of programs in the whole country. How? Through one of the most classical ways. I found out that they steal money from the public budget by paying us workers for our jobs while diverting the funds to their pockets. I also found out that the way were illegal hiring employees as part-time freelancers while making them work as journalists and photographers, work for 8 hours per day without medical benefits and any other benefit. And then why I am at risk? Because I got the evidence and I tried to complain and denounce them publicly. I found some of the fake payments, fake labor contracts involving prestigious journalists, intellectuals, and federal employees that are still in power. I ended up exposing all of this and all their names in my book, The Talent of Charlatans, that is this book, which was actually published here in Canada and launched at Simon Fraser University and at UBC. I am afraid for my life and my family's life, including my 2 Canadian babies. What all I would like is to be in your position, you as journalists asking the questions, taking the pictures, working with passion, and having safety. But the fact is that I am here, far from my family, my roots, my profession, and the dream my daughters grow sheltered by their grandparents. I am afraid I will not be able to say bye to my parents if they are sick or dying, because I am fearful the people I have denounced will act on their threats. I am here because I can't keep silence. I am here to say that if something bad happens to me or my family, it is because of what I wrote and who I named in this book. Thank you, all of you, for coming, and I hope the Canadian government hears us and we get to stay. Thank you. That's what I have.